This is one of the hardest videos I've ever attempted to make. How do you tell the story of someone who's lost everything? Someone who is terrified of being in front of the camera, and someone who's overcome impossible circumstances and found joy and success in the process. Michelle agreed to tell her story, but I did not know what to expect because she literally runs from the camera every time it gets close to her. So I was packing my bags, getting on a plane, going to teach a workshop to 40 women I've never met before, at the same time attempting to film this documentary. All of the hard work leading up to this moment could be a complete waste of time. I didn't know how I was going to get the story out of her without crushing her and without bringing back memories that nobody wants to relive. I was really hopeful and excited, but I also had a lot of apprehension. I wanted to get this right. We are getting ready to go to Tulsa. I'm waiting for Ellie to get out of the pre-check. Super excited.
Okay, we just landed in Tulsa. Okay, we are here waiting for our baggage. Are you cold?
Just my legs.
Deanna's picking us up right now.
Excited. The workshops I teach with Dion last 2 days, and we only had a couple of hours to film Michelle's story before the event started. I was just praying for the best.
My childhood, I don't remember a lot of my childhood. I grew up in a restaurant, family owned, and we all worked there. We got up, we went to the restaurant super early. We went home at the end of the day, and then we started all over again the next day. My friends would come in, I would try to go hide because I was embarrassed. My name is Michelle. I'm the youngest of 6, and I think that rules don't apply to me. It's more fun that way. I got my work ethic, I believe, from my mom because she was a powerhouse. She was in a wheelchair. She had lost her leg, and she was still working around the clock at a restaurant. Even though she had one leg, she was always doing things to raise money for diabetes. So she's always working until she died when I was 12. I'm trying to smile this away. Okay, stop.
We turned off the camera. Michelle was having a hard time. I did not want to push her. I had also made a promise to help her with her booth display. So I'm going to take you out to her booth and we are going to circle back to this. Michelle is a DIY paint retailer in Tulsa. I was really looking forward to giving her some tips on how to display her booth and maximize her sales. We are here at Michelle's space. I cannot wait to see it. I asked her to bring a bunch of things because we're going to give her booth a makeover. So I'm taking a peek inside her car to see what she brought with her.
I'm so scared. Let's go.
In retail, there is a saying, if the customer is confused, you lose. So when you're selling products that require education, it can be very challenging to make sure that your customers understand the products that you're selling and how to use them, especially when you're in a booth and you're not there to directly answer questions for your customers. I wanted Michelle to have examples of projects made with all the products she sold, clear signage and videos showing how to use those products. This was not an easy task and she had a lot of homework ahead of her. You're going to see Michelle's beautiful booth makeover at the end of this video, but now let's get back to her story.
I work for Debi Woods. I actually have my own business too, 11 Eclectic, which actually started out as my vintage chairs. I have a booth at River City Trading Post in Jinx, Oklahoma. I'm a retailer for Debi's Design Diary DIY paint. I was not a creative my whole life. It came later, much later. And DIY paint seems to make the process so much better. So I paint furniture, I watercolor some. I don't show any of my work. My dad died when I was 15. So my sister became my guardian and raised me the rest of the way. She was the oldest, I was the youngest of 6. Sorry for the tears. She was a stay-at-home mom. Then a 4th one comes along and uproots everything in their life. And I didn't appreciate it then. A friend of mine came in to buy a piece of my furniture. She started talking about Dion and the turquoise iris. I went home and I checked her out. I was hooked. I really wanted to meet her, so I went to a class all by myself, scared out of my mind.
I do remember Michelle walking in. I know that she was genuinely pushing herself, and that was it. There was this instant friend support connection.
I just felt like she was going, come on, get up. I guess I shouldn't say she saved my life, but she kind of did. You were encouraging everybody else when you were scared. When I very first saw Dion, I thought, oh my gosh, I can never, ever, ever do this. And here I am, using the paint, creating, getting that outlet. I wasn't in that depressed state anymore. And it just made me breathe again. I'm not the normal girl who wants everything to be perfect. I just want it to be fun. I want the kids to come into the house and not worry about if they're gonna mess up the couch. I just want Nana's house and Bumpus' house to be fun. Started working for Dion. She called me one day and she said, I want to come to Tulsa and talk to you. We had a cookie or something at Panera, I think. And she asked me if I'd work for her a little bit, and then it just kept going from there.
I really needed somebody to help me with the back end of things, and I needed somebody that I could trust. It was an ongoing interview process, right? Because you don't know who you can trust, and for me personally, it was something that I had to pray about. We all need support, and I needed her. I wasn't about to let her leave. Me coming into DIY paint, that started first. I've told Debi multiple times that her reaching out and saying, I love your work, come do this, come fly across the country by yourself and paint for a few people, 8 people in the classroom. And I hope that that's how Michelle felt, that I, reciprocated that type of feeling of like, I know you can do this, I'm gonna support you. Debi Beard did that for me, DIY Paint did that for me, and it created this artist inside of me that I didn't know was there. I had no idea that I was able to create until I found DIY Paint.
I cannot take credit for Dion's talent, but I can tell you that stories bring people together who would otherwise be divided, and we all have a beautiful story to tell. The more I travel this beautiful country, what stands out is what we all have in common. No matter how divided we may seem to be, I hear story after story of women who have overcome loss, illness, and heartbreak, but yet there is the desire to share and connect in all of us. The first night of our event is just that. We introduce ourselves and we share what we hope to take with us.
If I wrote you a song, if I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the better? If I wrote you a poem, if I posted a letter?
I started going to antique stores and flea markets and things like that because my sister and I used to go, and I hated it. But then when she passed away, I started going, and I just started picking up these chairs, and I started collecting them. I thought, well, I'm going to paint them. When my sister died, I had so much regret. I started dedicating chairs to women in my life who have impacted my life. For each chair, I write a letter. I put their names under the chair, and somebody gets it.
If I wrote you a song, if I got every word.
What I am excited about is you guys chose me to come to Tulsa. I'm really excited to have all the creatives come to my sister's house. I know they're going to come scared, but they will leave with a lot of friends. When they're feeling down, they'll have somebody to go to. What is the takeaway I want them to have? That they can do anything. I hope that they will step out of their comfort zone, take chances with their creativity, and I want them to feel like they can come in and they're with family, because that's what we're going to be.
Happy Saturday. Today's the day of the class. How are you guys feeling?
Hopeful,
gonna be fun. Looking forward to it. I'm pumped. There's nothing like going and painting with a bunch of creative people. All right, we'll see you guys in there.
Like the way you hung me.
Before I show you the final day of the class, I want to introduce you to a couple of the women who attended because their stories are also incredible.
My name is Cindy Sandona, and my business name is Painted Ice Cream. Everybody loves ice cream. Whenever I see my name, it makes me smile, so. I was a police officer for 20 years. I haven't even started talking to you, and I'm gonna cry. Oh my God. I became a cop because I actually really wanted to help people. I know that sounds so cliche or whatever, but that was it. I worked every special assignment you can think about: vice, narcotics, gangs. I suffered lots of tragic losses. Unfortunately, they're still with me today. I lost a partner to gunfire. I lost another partner to suicide. The job is crazy, it takes a lot from your soul, really. I ended up getting injured and had to medically retire, but it was everything I knew, so what do I do next? I had started painting many years ago, and I just remembered the joy that I had in that, and I loved thrifting and old stuff. The art community has been so much for just even healing for me from the trauma in the job. Every day that I dealt with stuff, it was a tragedy for somebody, and I carry that. So when I get to be around people in the creative community, it kind of helps erase that negativity that just kind of sits there. The statistics are when a cop retires, they live 5 years. The life as a cop was so rough, and then the life afterwards, they don't know what to do. What I would say to somebody that might be afraid or nervous to join a community like this is, I get it. It's scary to join something that you really don't know the people or exactly what or how they're going to take you, but do it, because if there's anything that you want to do in life, create, make new friends, this is definitely the space to do it.
Right now, Debbie and Dion are on the floor.
Carry emotions, the weight of the ocean. You keep climbing mountains, too blind to see. It's not getting you closer to where you wanna be in your life. The weight on your shoulders, time to put it down. You fall and you break, you got battles to take on, but you figure it out, yeah. When you fall and you break, you got changes to make now. See the light at the end of the tunnel, it's right there, now just look up and follow. Take one step at a time, babe, I'm with you all the way, so baby get up.
I am outside right now. The event is going great so far, but Debbie's feet are killing her, so I gotta go bring her her shoes. She packed it just in case, and it looks like it's a good thing that she did that.
Before we wrap this up, I want you to meet Kimberly Ryder because we're going to visit her next this June, and I want to give you a tiny little teaser of her incredible story.
My name is Kimberly Ryder. I own a store called Rubbish Restyled where I sell clothing and we do craft classes, and then I recently started a nonprofit called Hope Heart Doorways where we raise money for women and children of domestic violence because I was a survivor and I was homeless. How I found the paint world, I was in a really dark spot, and because of it, I went from not being able to make eye contact to basically talking on a stage for my nonprofit. Part of this journey with this community of women, hearing their stories, helped pull out the woman that I basically knew that was inside there that I was afraid to show it.
If you would like to attend the workshop in Wisconsin this June, I'm putting the link to get on the waiting list down in the description box. Now I need to show you the rest of the class. I have a few more ladies for you to meet, and we need to see how Michelle's booth makeover turned out.
Is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me, with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you.
There's so much negativity in this world now that if we dwell on the negative, it will always be negative. Get up and find your creative side, find your community again. You get to choose which road you take. Which one are you going to take?
Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh. I'm making plans of what we're gonna do. I feel so blessed that I can.
A big thank you to Michelle and her family for letting me share her story. To find out more about Michelle and her business, click the link in the description box. And to find DIY paint in your area, or to sell it in your store, or to find out more about all the women featured in this video, click the link below.
While we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire, 'cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as
I'm Deborah Hartman. I'm from Branson, Missouri, and my business is Deborah Home Styles. I just want to help people be creative. I came to learn. I'm so excited to be able to see Debi paint in person. You know, I thought I'd be uncomfortable because I'm not like a professional artist in any sense of the way. I just love to paint. This community already embraced me. So if you want to explore and grow your community in people that love the same thing you do, you need to come.
My name is Allie Deaver. I work at the Tulsa Girls Home in Jinx. It is a home for girls that are in the foster care system that have been neglected, abused. We are a home that provides shelter and love and care until they age out of the foster care system. What I hope to take away from today's workshop is more involved in the community, especially for women that have the same like mind, love of crafting.